Qatar, or Qatar as they say in the States, is located on a little tiny peninsula off of the Saudi Arabian Peninsula. It's often called the thumb of the peninsula. Doha, its capital, is actually located on a little bay, as you can see right there by itself. Here's the skyline, beautiful. It's a big city, but yet across from our hotel, this is what you saw. Desert with tents where people resided. The Corniche is a walk that goes all around the Little Bay area. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, a beautiful place to be uh, at all times of day and night. You can see that there's a lot of construction going on. And at the nighttime, the buildings are actually come alive in different colors. They are in Doha really promoting a lot of education, and so you see these kind of signs all over the city. You'll see all sorts of things by the Corniche, people meditating, people jogging, walking, having a picnic, all different kinds of people. Here we are by the dhow, the old fishing boat that was used in old times and is still used today. Doha used to be a little fishing village that gathered pearls, actually. And of course now it gets its money from its oil. Now entering Katara City, which is a cultural city that was actually set up by the wife of the emir, because she's very interested in having promoting the arts and culture. You see that around the construction they have these walls. These look like rugs, but they're actually painting of rugs and painting of people. The day that we went, it was Friday, and Friday's their holy day, so you see that there really wasn't anybody else around because everything was closed. This is the Coliseum, where they will hold concerts and events of that sort. View of the skyline through one of the panels, where people wash their feet and hands before prayer. One of the minarets there. Notice the way that they shade the areas because of the sun. Major big door that actually I think went into the Colosseum. This was a sculpture made by a woman artist from Doha. The minaret of the main mosque. Here's the mosque, and Giselle and Maurice actually had a chance to pray inside this mosque. Those are the birdhouses that they made for the birds. And in a minute you'll actually be able to see the birds that nest within this building. There they are. Here we are at the Museum of Islamic Art, which has ties to Syracuse, New York, because the architect was I.M. Pei, the same architect as our museum. Pei did not want to construct this museum close to other buildings, so he actually had a little island made so that the museum could actually sit on that island. It's a beautiful museum with art from all over the world that has its roots in Islam. When you go inside, it's the architecture is unbelievable. Here's the stairway, as you see, and this is, you're looking up into the ceiling. Again, here is the ceiling using, and here you actually see some of the light coming through. This was a little eating area, and you can see the skyline of the Capitol in the background, the stairway. This was actually the ceiling of the elevator. So you see that they use the geometric shapes of Islam in much of what they do. This was a little fountain by the eating area. We spent one day at the beach with Maurice and the family. It was a private beach, and we were surprised that we had to pay $20 a person. I guess we were surprised because everything else was free. We never had to pay anything to get into any of the museums or for any parking. So this is Giselle in her burkini, for those of you who want to know what a burkini is. It's the way that the Islam women can be covered and have a bathing suit on. We had a beautiful day. It was not too hot and very relaxing. Canel and I were the only ones that actually went into the water because everybody else felt that the water was way too cold. But the kids and Grandpa and Grandma had a good time. This is one of the restaurants that we went to. It was an Indian restaurant. The restaurants there were just fabulous. And here we are in an outside area of the restaurant. They actually had like a little glass that covered so that the wind, because it was very windy while we were there. Very few times that I can take a picture of a person, so that worked out very nicely. We are now in Pearl City, which is a city that's being constructed with beautiful big mansions by the water. It's called Pearl City because of the way it is shaped, and because at one time that is how that's what Doha was. It was a little fishing village. These are called the crooked buildings. You have not Mumu, Yusuf, having a lot of fun in his car seat. He's gotten so big. He looks so much like Mumu. Mumu did at that age. And Mumu, as always, had a lot of fun with his cars wherever he was. We are now entering Education City, which is a city that they are building outside of Doha, which has schools from different colleges here in the United States. This here is the convention center, and as you can see, the cedar tree is the base, forms the base of the building. The cedar is mentioned in the Quran and is also grown in the desert. Students that go to these colleges have the same curriculum, the same textbooks, and the same professors, and graduate with the same diploma as those in the United States. The university is very beautiful with a variety of different architecture. You can see how they're promoting creation, exploration, innovation. And each building is very unique. Coming up is the Liberal Arts and Science building, which has multiple classrooms for different colleges. This one here is the Cornell Medical School. I thought this was kind of cute. Much of the architecture reminds me of the Alhambra in southern Spain, where water is used as a cooling factor. Grandpa with Yusuf. We bundled Yusuf up a little bit because it was kind of windy that day. I don't think we ever found out what school this was with the pyramids. Pretty sure that this was an engineering school. Carnegie Mellon. So anybody who graduates from there has that diploma. The schools were beautiful, and marble was just used everywhere. You felt like you were in a hotel rather than in a school, as you can see here. Cannell said there was obviously money was not an issue at any point. They had the neatest little lights. We wanted to bring one of those lamps back, but we didn't. Giselle. This was our breakfast place. And Maurice loved this place because he got to watch his basketball, and here he is initiating Yusuf to it. We went on one of those boat rides, the five of us. And here we are at a mall. We wanted to do a little bit of grocery shopping. And look at this elevator, just totally plain so that you could take shopping carts and, of course, baby carriages up and down very easily. Now you'll see a video of Yusuf.
Come on, come on. Yeah, let's see you walking. Let's see you walking. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on, come on. Let's see you walking. Let's see you walking. Yeah, yeah.
Now we're entering the souk, which is a market area. This building is some sort of a mosque as well as museum, and it just can be seen from any part of Doha. It was sort of a way to figure out where we were. The souk is a very intriguing place. It sells all kinds of things. Of course, big are the spices. Live little birds and clothing and food. Here you see the spices that are, of course, very common in that part of the world. The water pipes, which are used in every restaurant with flavored tobacco. Here's Giselle outside of one of the stores that we visited that had art. And I think here we are in one of the restaurants. We went to many restaurants while we were in the souk. We often went because they had very, very good restaurants. Grandpa and Yusuf. One evening when we went to the souk, there was actually a guitar cutter band that was playing. So here as I said, we went to many restaurants in the souk. They were very good. Very oftentimes they have couches. You can see in this one we had our own little compartment. Beautiful little lights that we adored everywhere. This one was kind of nice because it gave Yusuf a little, a little leeway with the couches. And the food was always so good and beautifully displayed.